Hello everybody, Ali Sharaki here. I usually used to do my live on Sunday, but I was going through some stuff and I thought I'd just come on live and uh, do this live. First of all, I just want to thank you to all of you, with your lovely messages about my wife. She's feeling much more better. I think it was just normal cold and, hopefully it's gonna pass. Um, this is a very hard time for all of us, very hard time. Everybody's struggling, lots of people are panicking, lots of people are struggling, and is something which we never imagined is going to happen. Nobody imagined it's going to happen, but now at the moment this is here, and we have to see what we can do to use it in a positive way. Now, I have lots of mentors, people like, Ray Dalio. I follow them, I read about them, and I see what they do. Ray Dalio, maybe you don't know him, he's the fund manager of a big company, Waterbridge in America, and, he manages over 160 billion, dollars every year, and, government go to him, to ask for advice, and he always predict the future and what's going to happen to the economy and everything. So this is very important to who's giving you advice. I'm not giving you this advice from myself. This is what I've been learning from all these masters and mentors, from stock market people, because some of you might know I'm also a wealth coach other than life coach. For the last 5 or 6 years I've been studying the stock market and investment, and I've got courses on that. I teach people about the stock market and the property, but not offer to driving school industry, because I don't want people to get confused what I'm doing. But this is one of my passion I've been following last few years. So it's quite interesting, what's going to happen in the future and to our future. First of all, you have to understand, last few years, I don't know how old you are and how many downfall you went through. Probably you can remember how many times we had viruses coming through, how many times we had stock market meltdown, how many times we had recession. I remember two of them at least. You might be older and you remember more than this. So all of them finish, all of them get to the end. Everything goes down, is going to come up. Everything goes up, is going to come down. Now the market and everything was going up, and now is for the market to adjust itself. So this is the time for the market to start to come down and adjust itself. And that's why but everybody else, they just see the virus and all this killing and everything. So this is how it's affecting the market. It's bringing everything down to adjust itself, just, and everything is going to go up again. So it's impossible for everything just go down. And what's going to happen next few years, I think, if this package is government helping everybody else, and all this pay people are getting, government is stepping really nicely, and they are giving people money so people don't go poor. So what's going to happen, people are going to be scared and they're going to hold on to their money. They feel like they shouldn't be spending it, just holding it. But this is a mistake, because then they're going to bring the economy to hold, so they have to feel like they can spend it after this virus has gone away, so the economy continue going. Now, the credit crunch, when it happened, everything went down, and the advice from America was quite funny. It says, be patriotic and, help your country and go and spend. And people start actually going outside buying stuff which they didn't need, like, the table, all this stuff. They used to buy stuff to help the economy, to start rolling. Economy is gonna be rolling if everybody spend money and to buying and selling going on. But if we are not buying, we are not selling, everything is stopped. What happened at the moment? Buying and selling is at the same level. Buying is not up, selling is not up, so we are at the same level. That means the economy is on the hold at the moment. With all the money government is spending, God knows how many months they can continue going. Some countries, the government, they're gonna be out of money, so they can't spend more than this. And God knows how long they can continue supporting their people. But if this works for the next 5 or 6 months, we can see a drop in a house market for about 10-15%. And after that, for opportunistic people, who they are in property, is going to be the best time for them to buy property. And we're going to have lots of people who they want to rent property. Lots of people, they're going to lose their houses because of financial difficulties, because of not managing their money properly, and they become renters. So this is for a property market. This is a reset. Maybe you don't see it as through this lens, because this is an investor lens. Everything is going to be amazing after this is finished. What we have to do, we just have to hold tight to this situation and make sure we can thrive through this hard time. Everybody at the moment, they are just sitting at home, hiding themselves. Nobody wants to spend money. Everybody's just, they are getting money. It's not about your people or your customer. They don't have money. They are actually having more money because government is paying them. They are not going outside. They are not spending it. They are not going to the pub. They are not going, to spend on alcohol and drink. They might do because they are sitting at home if they are ordering it to come home. But they are having money, but they are holding on to it and they just scared to spend it. So after all this is finished, it be 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is, after all this is finished, people will have money to spend. They just need to be encouraged to spend, and government, hopefully they're going to do this by bringing the interest rate down, so the tariff is down and people are willing to spend more money, giving them more loan, and improve their power to be able to spend, so the economy is not going to go down as we feel like it's going to go down. If this goes more worse than this, and it takes more than 5 or 6 months, and it goes to 12 months, we might see a massive drop, which we never had in the last 100 years in the property market. About 15% is going to go down. But whatever goes down, it comes up. If you analyze the last 100 years, it goes down and then it comes up. We never had a drop which never comes up. Now, the last crash we had in the stock market, the stock market just dropped about 12%, but Dow Jones last 2 weeks it dropped about 30%. We never had something like this, but that just shows when it drops like that, it's just gonna go up after like this. We are very lucky because at the moment what I see in the stock market is we are recovering in a V shape. If we was recovering in a flat, that would be dangerous. It would have taken a long time for people to recover and people to find jobs and everything. But what happens is we have a massive drop, and then we are having a massive coming up, which is going to be a V shape. And then after that, it's going to go to U-turn, which is going to be a little bit flat, and then it's going to go a little bit down. It's going to come up a little bit again to adjust itself and get to the level where it was before. Probably it's going to take 2 or 3 years, to get to that level of stability again. Not same as before, which is like, 10, 15 years. And to be honest, the reason the market is dropping sharp like that to adjust itself and it's going to go up sharp like that is because of coronavirus. So it's not all bad and gloomy and, the things we always think. I know lots of people are dying. My total with them, I had 6 of my close friends, which they are really sick, and some of them have died actually because of this. But you know what? We need to build people hope up so we can carry on going. We can't keep posting negative posts and doom and gloom just on Facebook and make people to give up hope. And some people, they can't see the future. They can't see what an amazing opportunity this is gonna be for after. And this virus is just here to adjust everybody. To change the way we used to do things, maybe change the way you do business. So this is something you need to bear in mind. The economy is going to be booming. It's going to be amazing. After this virus is finished, we're going to have a holdback at the moment, but everything is going to go up. As soon as the house market is going to drop, people are going to start buying lots of property. Lots of people are going to rent property, and then after that, when the rents start going up, the price of the property is going to start coming up again, because people realize what's the point of paying this much money for rent. So they're going to start buying property, and when they start buying property, the property market is going to start come up again. So that's how it works. It's not like it's going to crash both ways. Or you're going to be earning from your renting, or you're going to be earning from your property. Now, this is very important for everybody, because if people property prices drops, then they feel like they are skin and they can't spend money. This is very important for the economy to start going. It's not just about people who they are in property. So the good news is, I know we're gonna have we are having a massive drop, but in a 6 or 7 months time, it's gonna be amazing. Everybody's gonna be thriving. I don't know if you watched the Forrest Gump, film. They are in a boat, and that boat, is lightning, and it's a storm, and the boat is going everywhere, and they're holding on to tight to this boat because they don't want to fall off. Everybody else give up, and they boat break and they fall off, in the sea, and the storm finished. When the storm finished, they were the only people in the boat. So they went and they opened a business, and the boat business, and they start making a lot of money. So this is very important. You need to be one of those people who you are holding on to your boat and don't let go. Because if you hold on to your boat and this storm finishes, lots of people, they're gonna be out of business. So lots of people, your competitors, they're gonna be out of business. So it's gonna be more job for you. So you have to make sure, we don't want anything bad for anybody, but this is gonna happen. That's why I'm doing this live for you guys. So make sure at least people who I'm in touch with, they keep hold on tight to their boat, and they are not gonna give up very quickly on what they have, because we are about to start an amazing journey right in front of your eyes. A massive opportunity is opening up. This is very important. You pay attention to this. The world is getting resetted right now, and in front of you, you can see everything's gonna go down, and it's just gonna start going up after that, which is something happened about 100 years ago. We are about to start a massive, beautiful life after this, virus is finished. Hopefully, if you are a mortgage advisor, you're gonna be thriving. Whatever business, everything is gonna be amazing. But maybe for a few months, people, they hold back and they don't want to spend money because they're scared. But that doesn't mean people don't have money. Everybody have money. Government is helping them, giving them money. So don't think people are going to be poor and they are not going to spend money. So just get ready. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is yourself. How to preserve yourself. This is very important. This is something which I had in my mind, and I've been very stressed about it, to talk about it, because maybe some of you don't agree with it. Maybe is against what you believe and everything. But I 10 years ago, when I had a bike accident, I gave up on everything before my accident. I used to hate God, and I didn't think he exists, and I thought, everybody was talking about God. I was against it and thinking like, this is just bullshit and it's rubbish, and it doesn't exist. But we are living, after my accident, I had 17-minute outside body experience. So I asked all my questions, and I came back as a different person. I'm not telling you, to come and believe in a God I believe the way I believe, but have faith, guys, because we are in a very hard time, very dark time, which it's quite difficult, and this happens every few years. If you go and read all these, religious studies, you can see all this keeps happening every few years. People, they give up hope, they start hating God, they start just concentrating on money and making money, and on themselves, and become selfish. And suddenly something like this happen. People, they realize it, they have time, they sit at home, they think, they ask for forgiveness, they go back to God, they go back to their faith, and they start to be more faithful. And all this happen, goes away, finishes, people go again, start their life and continue their life. And then again we do the same thing. We stay away from God, and we keep our distance from God, and we give up our faith again, and because we concentrate on money. And then again something like this happen, and we come back again to God, and we ask for forgiveness, and then we continue going. So this is what it is. Just have faith, pray, and don't give up your hope. Now, what I want to say to you guys also, I finished preaching now. So, if you want to criticize me about preaching, this is very important, to have faith. Now, if you are if you want to sell something to people, it's very important for us to still continue selling your stuff, because it's our responsibility to make sure the economy is keep going around. If everybody stops selling, everybody stop, all the businesses, then the economy is gonna have a bad hit. So as an entrepreneur, it's very important for us to still have this idea of being able to sell our product. Don't feel guilty, because you're helping the economy to keep going around. You're paying other people, other people pay you. So don't feel guilty. But please, please, please don't use the virus or panic in a situation to sell stuff to people, because when you are selling stuff like this to people, bad thing happen to you, and bad thing comes to you. So don't use the panic or virus to sell anything to people or in your advertisement if you are selling anything. Now, I put a post up about your other talent and your other skills you have, and lots of people, I can't believe how many of you guys, we have so much different skills and talent. Look, this is the best time ever. My kids are sitting at home. This is the only time you ever could get the kid be outside of school, and probably they download Zoom and they start watching lots of different courses, lots of things online. Your customer, they need you. They are online, they're going through Facebook all the time, and it's your time to entertain them. It's very important. Go live. Don't be scared. Go live and talk about your skill, the skill you got. Maybe this is the different opportunity for you, to start a different business. If you have a skill, if you have a talent, which, you're expert in it and you're really good at it, why don't you start teaching it to people? This is the best opportunity for you. I know people, one of my friends is charging people £1,500 a week to teach them hairdressing. He's got a chair in his living room, and he recorded some videos and he put it up there and he's selling the course to people. People have money to buy. The masseuse therapy, same thing. Lots of people, they want to learn how to do massage because of the stress, helping people to give up stress. You are a musician. My kids are dying to learn music. There are few videos on YouTube, but it's not that much to go in details and teach people how to play music. If you know how to play an instrument, it's best time for you to start, helping people and record your videos, start an online course. If you are an electrician, help people how to get into that job and, teach them about the electrician job. I know somebody who's making a lot of money every month by having an online course teaching people how, how to become an electrician, and it's teaching them all the stuff online. If you don't have no other skill, you got lots of memory. You are ex-army, you are ex-soldier, you got lots of memories. People, they love to hear about it. Start writing a book. Write your own book. Your stories, the things which was in your life, the things happened to you. Start writing it. Don't worry about all this grammar and everything. You can get somebody, to correct them for you. Just start writing right now. People love to hear those stories. What happened to you? The experience you had. Now, this is very important also. So, keep asking yourself, what can you do to serve people? This is a time where people who they are willing to serve other people, help other people, entertain other people, and be online right now in this hard time, they are the people who they're gonna thrive and win after as well, because people will remember the positivity you put out there and you try to keep people positive. It takes time. It takes energy. Don't think, I'm being positive. It takes a lot of energy and time to be positive, and then come online and trying to keep people to be positive and keep going. So you can do the same thing. Try to show positivity to people instead of sharing all this negative news and everything. Try to be positive. If you have any skill, come online. If you are a DJ, put the music on. I know lots of people are dying and everything, but you don't have to be sad because you're gonna be one of those statistics on those death roll as well. We need to keep people positive, and this is a time for you to give value to people. Give value to people. People are not gonna be buying from you now, but they will remember you when all this is finished. They're gonna remember you were the one. You came online all the time, and you gave them the positive energy. You told them the stories, and you kept them going. People are bored sitting at home. It's not because they finished their money. People are bored. They just don't know what to do, and they are scared. So we need to encourage people, in a positive manner. This is very important. This is your job, your responsibility to make sure you keep people, in a good mood and in a positive vibe. And people gonna remember it. After all this is finished, people gonna remember, I remember that guy, he used to do live all the time. He used to give us, hope and, positive energy. So let me go to him and start, working with him, and do business with him, because, I really like the way this guy, helped me in a hard and, bad time, which everybody was just trying to stress me out. This is very important to remember. This is the biggest opportunity ever for you to start your new business, new idea, something you always wanted to do, the skill you always had. But you gotta show yourself to people. You gotta come online and tell people about your skill, and show them what you know. I'm not saying to you sell it to people right now, but at least be there for people. Try to give it to people right now. Now I want to give you an example. For example, Dean Grazias, one of my mentors. I'm in touch with him online, and we talk about the stuff sometime. I've been to all his courses and everything. When the crash happened in 2008, everybody who was teaching people about property and selling and buying property, they backed off. They went and they hid away. They hide their faces. Nobody knew where they are. Nobody tried to help people. Dean Grazias was the only one. He stayed online. He went online. He did live for people in that time, and he started teaching people about property, educated people about property, and gave them lots of knowledge about property and how they can save themselves from this situation and come out of this situation. And guess what? As soon as that meltdown was finished, everybody went to Dean Grazias and they bought the courses from him, and they joined his courses, and they learned from him how to do it. Because in a hard time, he was there teaching people and doing live for people and teaching about his skill. He didn't hide away. He was there for people in a hard time. So what I'm saying to you, try, if you have any skill, instead of hide yourself, get that skill out. Show people your skill and be there for people. Try to give value to people. People will remember this hard time. And who was there for them to keep them entertained and keep them going. Now, the other thing you need to remember also, we have somebody else up there who is helping us to stay healthy. The scientists are amazing. The doctors are amazing. They are doing an amazing job. The drugs are doing amazing thing. But there is an old saying the doctor is the entertainer for the body until the body start healing itself. Now, when you have an influenza or you have cold or something, have you noticed, you sleep more, you change your food, you stay at home, you take paracetamol as well. The paracetamol is not going to make your cold away. Your body is healing you. So it's very important for your body to heal you and help that healing to stay positive and do positive stuff. Don't give up hope and keep yourself busy. Now keep asking yourself, what can you do to be better? What can you do to serve people in a higher level? What can you do to be there for people? What kind of a skill do you have which is going to help people? Now, this is your purpose. This question is going to help you to find your purpose, why you was born, what you was born to do. You wasn't born, to just be a driving instructor probably, but ask yourself, what can you do to be better? How can you be there for people in this situation? How can you help them to stay positive? What kind of a skill do you have? You can teach people. Seriously. And that is your purpose. That is what you was born to do. If you notice, I'm not selling my, stock market product or courses or property courses to you guys, in English language. I just sell it in Farsi or, in Italian language and different languages I do. The reason is because my passion is to be there for people, to help them and talk to them. What Tony Robbins does, I love it. And I've been studying with him for a few years, and I love that. That is my passion, and lots of people are paying me for that as well, and I'm making money from it as well. But my aim is not to just make money out of people. Time like this is not about making money. It's about you coming out and use your skill to help people to stay positive and keep going. Because everybody else is just nagging and crying online. Very important to remember this. Be there for people. Now, I wrote down some stuff which I was going to cover. For example, if you are buying product and you're selling product and your product had to come from China, look at China now. Suddenly China sales dropped down about 20-30%. But now people, they got hold of it, they're controlling it. The shipping is going to start to open, the factories start to reopen again, people start going back to work. You can look there. Now we are about 2 months before when China was. So in 2-3 months time, this is going to end, this is going to finish. We're all going to go back to work, we're all going to do whatever we had to do, and we're going to continue living. But this is the best time for you to think, what can I do to be better? Is this a job actually I wanted to do all my life? If it's not, try to think of your skill. What kind of a skill you got? How can you improve your skill to use your skill to help other people? You know, if there is no skill, best time for learning. You know, there are lots of online courses which, you know, they are cheap. You know, Udemy, we just pay £5-10, you know, for a course, and you can learn it. You know, start learning. Don't sit at home and just be bored, and just go through Facebook all the time. You know, I come on Facebook because of, you know, I want to see if anybody needs help. Not because I just want to waste my time. And also be prepared, you know. You know, we are in a very bad situation. I'm not trying to cause panic, but just be prepared, you know. Hopefully it's not going to happen to you, but just be prepared. Have enough food and everything for a week in your house, because, you know, if something happens and you can't go outside, at least you know, you have something at home for your family inside the house. You know, I done some cooking and I put in the freezer. You know, so, you know, and I even talk to my kids, you know, I help my kids to understand what they have to do if I get, you know, the virus. It's just about the preparation. But all this storm is going to pass. All you have to do, just keep hold of it, and we will go through it. And luckily, government are helping a lot as well. You know, we're going to be amazing after all this is finished. So just, you know, just keep your hope up, and, you know, about the toilet paper issue. Everybody's running around to buy more toilet paper. You can buy a bidet on Amazon or on eBay for £50, and you can, you know, wash yourself and you'll be clean forever. You don't even need the toilet paper. I don't know why people are dying for toilet paper. Seriously. See you guys on next live. If you like my live, please like and comment, you know, and tell me if, you know, if you don't like it. Just let me know about your opinion. You know, I love to know about people. And if there's anything I can do to help you, you know, please talk to me. You know, don't think you're alone and you're by yourself, because when all this is finished, you know, we are all human at the end. You know, and we have to be there for each other, to help each other and support each other. It's not just about me. We all vibrate at the same level. You need to understand this. If you are not well, I'm not going to be well as well. It's very important to understand. If you're happy, I'm happy as well. You know, we all vibrate together. We pass on the energy to each other. It's very important to understand these are not the time for selfishness and just thinking, how can I make me happy and how can I make other people love me? You need to be there for other people to make them happy, and then when they are happy, you're going to be happy as well. It's very important to understand this fact. You will not be happy by yourself alone. We're all going to be happy together. So if you can do something to help other people to be happier and live better and, you know, come out of this situation, then do it. Don't sit at home and just thinking, oh, you know, I'm going to do it after. Please put your camera on and start talking to people. And stop criticizing people who they are trying to pass on the positive energy to other people and trying to help other people. I know there are lots of people are dying. But what about the people who they are alive? You know, we need to keep hope up. You know, otherwise everybody's just going to join that queue. You know, we need people to live after the situation is finished. You know, so stop sharing all these negative energies and thought online, because you're just emptying yourself online like that, and then you're causing, you know, pain for other people. Some people, they see that post and they just can't think negative, and, you know, they just go to meltdown, and, you know, we're going to have lots of people trying to kill themselves, you know. So if you need help or something, or if you need to chat to somebody, I'm here for you. You know, there's no charge. I'm not selling anything here to anybody. That's just for my heart, to keep my heart happy and keep my well-being and my head in the right direction. See you all, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and, you know, I love you guys. You know, I wouldn't do this live if nobody was watching. So I appreciate you guys coming and watching it, and, you know, if you like it, just like it, write the comments so I know I'm doing something. Otherwise, you know, I don't put my time for this. Thank you very much. See you guys later.